Hi, and welcome to week 1 video review session with No Bones About It Puppy Day School. I am here with Luna and say hi, and Bo, who have become fast friends. So the purpose of our weekly review sessions is I look at it like a coaching video, meaning I am gonna go through skills that we are practicing each week, talk about any behaviors that I've noticed. It will be a combination of, sometimes I will do one video that I put in clips from each of the dogs and covering the concepts. Sometimes we'll have a video that's just for you and just your dog. So I really recommend you watch them as much as you can because they're not all that lengthy, usually anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. And it's where you will see how to really replicate what we are doing during the week so that you can practice at home on the 4 days that you have your puppy back. And I'm gonna start by just discussing kind of how I work with the puppies in terms of training. I don't set aside a particular training sessions, so to speak, meaning I don't go and say, okay, here's our once a day, 15-minute training session, and I put on my treat bag and we go and we work on skills. Now, I have to do that obviously because that's what that I've got to kick out as much training as I can in a fairly short amount of time. But when I'm working with a puppy that is, say, doing a board and train situation, or the puppy's living with me, I like to sprinkle training throughout everything we're doing during the day. So think about it sort of like being a training geek. Like you always have access to treats. It can be kibble, but it's helpful to have more high value treats. Something that the dog really loves. It can be, fresh chicken that's cut up. It could be leftovers. It could be salmon. It could be steak. I mean, I try to have as much on hand. Oh, hi. What's happening? I don't know if you can see us, the upside down wrestling that's going on here. Doesn't have to be some really expensive dog treat that you buy at the store. As long as you're feeding high quality food, that's what's important. So, for instance, every time I go to take my puppy out for, say, a potty break, I'm gonna grab a handful of treats and I'm gonna work on, name game, maybe 5 repetitions. I'm gonna work on maybe 5 repetitions of hand targeting. I'm gonna work on some of the gotcha game. These are things that I'm gonna show you in a few minutes how to practice. And then I come in and I get breakfast ready for the puppy, and I've still got my pocket full of treats, and maybe before I put their food bowl down, I'm gonna do 5 or 10 more repetitions of something. And then think about that process throughout the day. Every time you have an interaction with your puppy, it's a learning opportunity. And that's what creates okay, whoa. That's what creates a puppy that wants to work for you all the time, because it's sort of, again, it's part of what you do. It's part of your process. Okay, well, so let's talk about the treats, the food portion of this. That's how positive reinforcement training works. We get the puppy to elicit a behavior, we reward the puppy for that behavior, and then eventually we give that behavior a name. And it does kind of work in that order. We sometimes will use another mantra that I call say it, show it, pay it, where we'll say what we want, we'll show the puppy what that behavior looks like by using a treat or get them, again, somehow to, and that's what the videos are for. You'll see how I elicit those certain behaviors. And then the pay it part is the reward. So say it, show it, pay it, or sometimes if a behavior is more difficult, I'll just do the show it part for a while first, getting the puppy to do the behavior without even giving it a name. And then once I like what the puppy's doing, I'll give the puppy a cue, the say it part, the name for the behavior. So the more that the puppy is rewarded for a behavior, the more that they are apt to repeat that behavior. On the flip side of it, we have to be really good at prevention. We have to try to prevent behaviors we don't like from happening as much as possible. Because every time a puppy does something, say, puts its paws up on the counter, jumps up and steals something, and the puppy feels like that's something that they got rewarded for. Maybe they stole a piece of toast off the table or something like that. They're gonna wanna try that again. So we have to be really careful about managing the puppy. Your puppies should have a very small world right now. They should not have a lot of access to places that you can't, hey, hi, that you can't supervise. I like to think of my puppies as basically either being crated so that we can really know that they're getting enough downtime, that also really will help with housebreaking. So they get crated multiple times throughout the day. They have their nap, we go out, we go potty, we come back in. Then they have supervised playtime where I'm actually interacting with that puppy. Again, sprinkling in my training throughout the day. And then they maybe have some free time, but again, where I can keep my eyes on little puppy. Okay, your puppy should never be able to be wandering around places where you can't see. That's just when they get into trouble. And I can tell you right now, it's so much easier to be proactive, be more strict in the beginning, and rather than trying to backtrack and fix behaviors that the puppy is developing that you don't like. That's a much harder job. So I say, hey, whoa, everybody's going crazy right now. Food. Even though I walk around with this on me, we want to try to keep our treats not visible to the dog when we're working on certain behaviors, okay? So I might put a treat in my hand, but I have it behind my back. I never want to sit and hold treats out in front of me like this. It does not work very well, okay? It's just too distracting for the puppy. They know I have them, but when they can focus and see that treat, that's what becomes a problem. So we're gonna go on and I'm gonna demonstrate the 3 behaviors that we've been working on in week 1. And now remember, week 1 is a lot about just routine, getting your puppies used to being here, interacting with each other. But again, we work on these really important foundation skills. So we're gonna go and demo those, and we'll see you in a minute. All right, we're gonna start working on our foundation games. They are just that. They are the foundation for everything that we're gonna be teaching your puppy. You cannot practice these too much. Your dog can never get too good at these. We even do them in my advanced level groups and classes because they are so, so important. The first one we call name game. It's not about teaching your puppy their name per se. It's about teaching your dog that when you say their name, they need to stop, look at you, and find out what you need. The second is called hand targeting. It is a fantastic, it seems kind of stupid, like, to be honest with you, a lot of people are like, oh, why do we do hand targeting? It is amazing. It is one of the best tools you can, all we're doing is teaching your puppy to touch their nose to the palm of your hand. We use it to get your puppies to redirect their attention. Let's say they see another dog on a walk. Let's say they start barking at something. It doesn't work very well to tell a puppy not to do something, so we redirect, and hand targeting is fantastic for that. So the third one is called the collar grab, or the gotcha game. It teaches your puppy to love to be captured, meaning grab their collar, pull them in instead of running away or trying to dart out of your grasp. We teach them to come towards us and love that. So you're not going to be able to see me, but you'll have a great view of your puppy and how we're practicing, okay? So again, think about the say it, show it, pay it. I never want to be in a position where I'm repeating cues. I do not want to, that's the #1 rule for name game, is that I get to say my puppy's name 1 time. If it is too difficult or I don't get their attention right away, I keep looking because I'm
I'm supervising the non-working puppies. So if I don't get their attention right away, then what I'm going to do is figure out, how can I make this easier? How can I get this dog to be successful? So again, you get one try for anything. We get to say the cue one time. If you don't get what you're looking for, you got to figure out a way to change something before you try again. Sometimes it's distance, too far away from the puppy. Sometimes it's distraction level. There's too much going on for their skill level. Those are kind of the two biggest things that I can change. So here we go.
Okay, so here we go.
Go find it. Good job. Luna. Yes. So as soon as the puppy's head turns toward me, I'm going to use the marker word yes, which marks the exact moment that the puppy does the right thing. Luna. Okay, so that time, my timing was not good. I tossed a treat and she was way too distracted trying to find the treat. I did not repeat her name. I waited for her to finish and then I'm gonna try again. Okay, so that was just kind of a training error. That'll happen. Go find it. Uh-oh, that one rolled out of the training thing. Well, let's see what happens this time. Luna, yes, good job. You can see each time she comes in, I'm just putting my hand down on the side of her collar. I'm not giving her a tug or anything, but I'm getting her used to me reaching out towards her as I deliver the treat. That's just kind of adding in a little bit of our gotcha game. Luna, yes, good job. Again, I'm not putting pressure on it, just sort of touching her collar. Go find it. Okay, she's already staring at me, so I'm gonna wait till she gets distracted. Again, this is so easy. We want to make it so easy in the beginning. Luna! Up, 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 up. Luna! Yes! Okay, so that time, she didn't look at me. I gave a little bit of a pup, and as soon as she turned, I gave the marker word yes. Okay, now we're going to move on to hand targeting. Okay, let's look at that. Touch. Yes. Touch. Yes. All I'm asking is for her to touch her nose to the palm of my hand. Touch. Yes. I say yes as soon as she does it. Touch. Yes. Good job. Good job. All right, I'm going to switch out. It's a little puppy, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's your little puppy.
It's your turn. It's your turn. Okay, now we're going to practice the same behaviors with Bo. Bo! Yeah. Oh, yes. You got a little bit of a fake out that first time. Got a puppy that sort of looked at me. Bo's treats need to be super, super tiny. Like honestly, like this big, because it takes her too long to eat them. And we want to be able to have her just swallow them right away. Bo! Yes, good job. Again, just gently putting my hand on her collar right now. Wait till she gets a little distracted. Bo! Yes. Just looking for that head turn, that eye contact. That's the behavior I'm going to mark. And if she's just staring at me, I can toss a little treat behind her. Bo! Yes! Good job! Very nice. All right, and then again, my hand target is simply my hand coming straight out to the side, open palm facing the puppy. Touch! I'm going to use that word touch, and then I know this is very hard when you don't get to play in the training zone. Touch. Yes. I'm going to treat right down at my hand level. Touch. I don't want the puppy to have to look anywhere else. Pup, pup, pup. Touch. Yes. Okay, making this really easy. Just near my body, right at the puppy's nose level. Okay, now I drop some crumbs on the ground. Touch. So that can be distracting. Excuse that. Excuse that. Here, go find that. Go find that. And then the last thing, which I mentioned a couple times, is the gotcha game. The gotcha game doesn't really have any words. It's simply me grabbing and just putting like a little finger on the collar for right now and then delivering a treat. So remember, the treats stay hidden behind my back until I've completed, or the puppy's completed the behavior, in which this case is just touching the collar. So it's grab the collar, hold on, deliver the treat. And sometimes I'll say, I gotcha. I don't need to. And eventually we're going to put pressure. You see how she wants to kind of fight against that? That's called oppositional reflex. I want to counter condition that. I don't want her to fight against that. I want her, when she feels that pressure in her collar, to want to move towards me. Hi, yes, but for right now, we're just getting the reach, and that's so good. And then I deliver the treat. So I'm gonna come out here. Let me see everybody, come on. You're not blocked. So again, we have our 3 foundation games this week. We've got the name game, which is teaching your puppy sort of a stop, look, and listen behavior. We have the hand targeting, which again, we'll get into all the multiple reasons you can use all these things down the road. I just want you to be practicing as much as you can. And then our little gotcha game. So have a great weekend. You will also get, hello. You will also get, yo. You want to say hi, Benny? Say hi, Benny. You will get your handbook, which will have all the written materials so that you can cross-reference with our videos. So have a great weekend. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Oh,